Welcome back, Simmers. This is another mod video. This mod video, however, is with a focus on Forgotten Hollow, which is the vampire stuff pack, game pack, expansion pack, whatever the hell that thing is. It is for the vampire pack. All the mods in this video are going to be in relation to that. I actually came across pretty much all of these mods while I was looking for this specific mod. I wanted it to be a nighttime all the time at Forgotten Hollow because my Sims keep almost dying. So I thought I'd go look for a mod and see if I could find one like that. And if I couldn't find a mod like that, I was going to make one myself because I really wanted it to be night, because there's really nothing you can do with a couple nighttime hours for your Sim. Because once the sun comes up, you're damn near dead. And then on top of it, if you're traveling and you say as though you're traveling to the museum, you travel to the museum and it doesn't leave you off inside the museum, it leaves you off outside of it. So there you are outside just sizzling in the sun. So here we go, right into it. The first mod is going to be Eternal Night in Forgotten Hollow. Self-explanatory. It's literally nighttime all the time of Forgotten Hollow, which makes it super safe for your vampires to be out just doing their thing. All these links are going to be below like I usually do. Oh, and I'm going to actually give a brief tutorial on how to install the mod I was actually looking for, because I have a video on my page that actually talks about the Wicked Whims mod and help with the installation. It doesn't actually give you installation instructions. It just tells you if kind of how to troubleshoot. Now this one is going to be an installation tutorial. You find the mod that you want, you go to the files. It depends where you get the mod from. That's going to be make it a little different looking when you're downloading. I mean, when you're trying to extract the files. I have a program called Kika, and it actually is one of the best ones out there for extraction, because I literally just click that there, and then I go to my folders for my downloads, and this is going to be right up here. And the great thing about it is it also opens it for you and makes it available and ready to be put into your mods folder. So I usually drag it out here because it just makes it easier, and then I get rid of this because, oops, I don't have a whole lot of space on my computer, on my MacBook, so I like to get rid of the things that I don't need. So what you do is, after you have this in your downloads folder, you go to your document folder, then you find the electronic arts, then it'll come here, you click on the Sims 4, then you go down here and you click on the mods. It's that easy. You literally just made it here. And my mods folder is organized because I'm a little bit weird that way. I have to have everything organized. It's just how I am. And it's actually important, and it's actually a good idea to have your mods folder organized, especially if you download a lot of custom content, you have a lot of mods and stuff in your game, because it helps you keep everything organized so that if something happens in your game and it's something that's causing some kind of conflict or some BS, you can find it in one of your categories and by the date you put it in. So it'll be easy to kind of find out what the culprit is. So what I do, and I have an actual folder that I have vampire stuff in that I created today. I'm going to click on that, and then I just drag it right into there. And that's all. And then you just go down to your game and you play it as normal. It's that simple. Like, it's that easy. The next one that I downloaded, it was Supernatural Set. And this is by Zerbu, who is like awesome when it comes to mod creations. He created the the Go to School mod pack and several others that are really cool, like the Turbo Careers and all that good stuff. And he also has programs like the Mod Constructor, helps you with all those things, and all kinds of really neat things on his site. This one here, it pretty much allows for a supernatural fan for a trait and an educated vampire. The educated vampire, this sim wants to learn everything in the world about vampires. And the supernatural fan, these sims love being around supernatural sims and become sad about not being supernatural themselves. So that's kind of like a groupie, a vampire groupie. So if you want to come back and read all this stuff like I usually do, the links will all be below. You can. I'm not going to read through all this stuff because it's kind of tedious, and I want to move on to the next one. The next one is going to be a huge pack. Now, you can download whichever one you want. You don't got to download them all for them to work. But this one is really big. It literally has everything. So the first one is Vampires Drink All You Want with No Loss of Relationship. What happens is when you're sucking the blood from your victims, they end up getting all pissed off, and then the bar gets red, and then they're mad, and now you have an enemy because you drank from them. This mod allows no loss of relationship, so they don't get all upset, and it doesn't change that. The next one is going to be stronger plasma food. And you know what that means? Pretty much the plasma fruit gives you a higher thirst fulfillment, so then it fills you up for a longer period of time. That's what that one is. The next one is ask permission, successful. Now, when I'm sucking their blood, I don't ask for permission. I just go for the gusto. I just drink it and don't care. And I like that because Sims 3, I think that you had to ask for permission, and I don't think you were allowed to do it this way. I'm trying to remember, and I don't think you were. So I love that about this game pack. You can just drink their blood and you don't got to ask permission. I don't care if they're mad or not. I'm a vampire. I'll kill them if I'd like. And by the way, there is actually a mod for that. We'll get to that in a second. The next one is Drain Life Spirit Deadly. Now, this one is kind of weird because it says the Drain Life Spirit causes death of a bitten sim, but when I clicked on it to see if that was going to be the case, it just said that it would make them lose their memory. So you would have a sim who you suck their blood and it would pretty much make them forget who they were, where they lived, and all that other good stuff, which that's kind of mean because then it's just a sim wandering around. I mean, I know it's a game, but I thought that was kind of mean. Just kill them for God's sakes. But so I don't know if you actually click on it and that's what happens, or if I don't understand why it would say it drains the life spirit causes death when it just said on the option that it would just pretty much make them lose their memory. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But that's what I saw. So I don't know if you click on it, it's a different story. The next one is vampires, and it's for dark meditation. They pretty much do it on their own. So you don't ask them, they just pretty much do it. And it actually gives you vampire points when you do meditate with the dark meditation. So that's pretty cool. Vampires drink all you want. Your vampires will be able to drink all the time. I don't really know what that one would be for. I don't know. But it's here. The next one is vampires. This one pretty much offers to turn and has dark meditation. This one right here, the vampires drain life spirit deadly. This is the one that causes death, and it makes the death come through exhaustion. So they'll die of exhaustion. This is the one I am really amped about. I'm glad that they have this because if you're watching a vampire movie or you're reading a vampire book, like myself, I have been a vampire fan since I'm a little girl. And all the stories I've ever read were all of vampires pretty much sucking the life out of someone. They don't always just suck their blood and let them live. So why wouldn't EA put that in the game? I guess it's because it's a teenage, the ratings is a teenage rating. I don't know, but this is also a cool one. This one right here, vampires, no time out for mentoring. Self-explanatory. The next one, I had this next one in my last mod video, but I thought I'd put it in this one too because it's related, obviously, to vampires. So just in case you didn't see my last one, you'd still be able to see this one here. All right, so this one is neighborhood protection, no vampires. So you can literally put this one in and not have to worry about the vampires coming to like Willow Creek or Sam Shuna or Oasis Springs and be vampire free. Then this one is Forgotten Hollow, vampire free. I don't know why you want to do that for that one, but to each his own. The next one, I have them already. I am so organized. The next one here is actually not specifically a vampire thing, but it can work for your vampires. Is the romance aspiration. Now, we already have a romance aspiration in the game, but this one is more in depth. It has so many things that you can hit and do, and they're like so realistic for something that you would consider to be a romance aspiration. Seduction and woohooing and kissing and flirting, all these other great things. So you can reach these goals. And I think this one was derived from Sims 2. Yep, from Sims 2. And it's from Zerbu, who is awesome himself or herself. She creates a lot of really good ones, like the go to school one, which I absolutely love. That one is super cool. If you don't know about that one, go look that one up. That's really a neat mod. The next one is, I already showed you that. The dark meditation mod. Now this one here, it changes the meditation from 15 minutes to 60 minutes. From then the other one is from 15 minutes to 120 minutes. And what makes it so great is it restores your energy. So if one of your vampires was like mine, you have to take positive traits and negative traits when you're upping your skills. One of my traits that I took was my vampire was only allowed to sleep in coffins because I didn't want to take something super bad like thin skin and then I'm all messed up in the sun, even worse than what I was. So I took something that was a little easier to deal with. So with this mod, I can literally just pretty much meditate out wherever I'm at and not have to worry about hurrying up and traveling home to sleep so my sim doesn't pass out in the sun and die. Because I think that actually can happen. I don't want it to happen. I think it possibly could happen because if you passed out and then you couldn't get your sim up and here they are laying in the goddamn sun, you're going to sizzle and don't nobody got time for that. The next one is you drink and drain and turn without restrictions. So you can have a vampire party. This one is by Princess V. You can have a vampire party like I do. What I do is I invite like several humans over and I just have a sucking fest. But the messed up thing is that you have to invite so many of them because you can't drink from them more than once without a rest period. This takes away that rest period and you could just do it all the time. Your Sims can back to back just be drinking from these humans and be pretty cool. So this one, vampire to feed, I don't know, I'm not going to read all this. There's the same thing as the no drinking, blah, blah, blah. Come here, check these out. I'm going to leave links below for all this. You can read all this. I'm not doing that, so I can move along. This one right here is the one where they automatically will turn them without you doing it in your game. Now, I personally don't want this to be in my game because I don't want my entire game to be full of vampires. Because that's what that, to me, this is what I think would happen. That they'd be allowed to turn one another and then the next thing you know, there's a million vampires running through your sim town now and nobody's normal. So I don't know. I might be thinking too much into it, but I don't want this one. If you do, the link will be below. And the last one is the gated community. I think we discussed this. No, we didn't discuss this one. This one is also in my last mod video, but like I said, I decided to put that in this one because this is the vampire mod pack that I wanted to discuss with you guys, is the vampire gated community. Now, I like this one, but I didn't put this in my game for the reason I'm about to tell you. So this blocks the mortal sims from walking around Forgotten Hollow without being invited. Now, you can invite them in and have that, do all that. But I like it when the mortal sims are walking around because you can have a snack. There's this huge park in the middle of Forgotten Hollow that is in the middle of all the houses. And you can literally walk out to that park any time of day now that you got the nighttime mod, but any time of day and pretty much pick off any sims that are there. And I like that because I don't always have plasma fruit and I haven't started a garden yet with the plasma trees, which I'm getting ready to do. But, this keeps without having this, it keeps your options open for food. But if you want a vampire gated community where you didn't want a bunch of mortals coming through, that would be a pretty cool thing. So I'm done with all the mods here, but I did want to say that if you're interested, I'm going to be starting a Let's Play with these mods and with my own vampires that I've created. If you're interested in that, I'm probably going to be posting that sometime this week, so stay tuned. If you like this video, I said video, kill me now. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and share it if you'd like. Have a good day. Bye-bye.